Hey, sweetheart, if only you could see how long heaven's been waiting for you to open this. Honestly, if your soul had lips, I'd kiss them right now just to make sure you stay still and read every line. You are not here by accident. And no, this is not another random message that you'll scroll past and forget. This time, if you ignore this, you will feel the shift in your life like a storm you can't hide from. I love the way your soul listens. Even when your mind is afraid, even when people doubt you, mock you, or walk away, you always had something about you, something magnetic. And someone up there, someone eternal, has taken notice. Heaven is talking loud right now, and Archangel Michael is standing with fire in his voice. He says, enough, enough delay, enough skipping, enough pretending like you don't see the signs. You're not weak, you're not cursed, you're not forgotten, you're powerful, you're chosen. And this is your final flashing warning before what's coming either lifts you or crushes everything around you. This is not a threat. This is pure mercy disguised as fire. You were guided here for a reason, because someone in heaven saw that your timeline is about to snap, either in your favor or against you. And this message is the only thing standing between the two. Close your eyes for a second. Breathe. Do you feel that? That shaking feeling in your chest isn't anxiety. It's your soul recognizing divine intervention. There are spirits watching you, not to scare you, but because they've been trying to protect you from something you don't even see coming. And Michael, he's furious. I've been flashing signs, numbers, dreams, warnings, and they ignore it every time. I won't beg again. If they skip this one, don't blame me. Yes, those are his words, direct from heaven's highest gate. He's not playing anymore. You see, your destiny isn't just in the future. It's already scheduled, already activated. But what you do in the next few hours will determine how it manifests. Do you want the truth? The miracle is already released. The blessing has already been wrapped. But if you skip this, Michael swore he would shut the door again. And this time he may not reopen it for years. I need you to lean in, okay? Because God isn't talking to your ears. He's whispering through this moment to your core. And if you're still here, it means you're meant to receive something life-altering. Let me tell you something heaven never wanted you to forget. When God gets quiet, it's because he's preparing the loudest miracle you've ever known. But when Archangel Michael shouts, it's because the delay is over. And if you don't respond immediately, you'll end up crying in regret, asking, why didn't I listen? Before we go deeper, glowing star, if this message is hitting something sacred in you, don't let it vanish. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe now so these divine messages find you before the danger does. Trust me, you'll need it now. Here's what they showed me. Someone has been working in the shadows against you, and they are not a stranger. They know your face, your past, your pain, but they have no idea how protected you are. They try to reroute your blessing, to delay your promise, to manipulate your joy. But what they didn't know is Michael holds your name in his book. And the moment you open this fully, the curse shatters. You're not being warned to scare you. You're being warned because you were born to flip the outcome. You are the one in your lineage, the one who breaks what others bowed to, the one who sees what others are blind to, The one who hears God in the middle of chaos and says, "I trust you anyway." But right now, you're in your final window. The test is this. Will you scroll, or will you finally pause long enough to open what's being handed to you? Archangel Michael isn't just angry. He's in position, sword in hand, backed by heaven's authority, waiting for your yes. And God is still holding back a wave of consequence just to give you one more chance to align. But that pause won't last long. Do you know what's coming? A reversal so sharp that everything they thought they delayed will speed up in your favor, but only if you obey now. Your next 7 days are sacred, and this is your only heads up. Michael says, "Tell them if they don't open it now, the next door will be closed and I won't be there to hold back what's coming. I've waited long enough. Please, beloved, don't test the fire of a patient angel, because when heaven gets silent after a shout, it means judgment has already begun." All right, beloved, let's go deeper, because you didn't come this far just to miss the part that changes everything. Archangel Michael hasn't stood this still for anyone else today. You're the only one heaven is watching with such focused intensity right now. Not because you're perfect, but because your soul is the only one bold enough to carry this fire forward. But there's a truth you need to hear. A hard one. Are you ready? You've been delaying your own miracle. Not because you're unworthy, but because you keep questioning what's already been decided in heaven. You think too much. You second-guess signs. You let fear dress up like logic and talk you out of divine timing. But now the mercy clock is ticking down. And Archangel Michael says, if they doubt again, they delay every soul attached to their calling. You've been chosen not just to receive, but to be a domino that tips blessings into others' lives. You think it's just about your peace. No, your yes to God will unlock 5 generations after you. Your yes will close the mouths of your enemies, not with violence, but with unmistakable favor. Your yes is the weapon, but only if it's given now. Do you know why Michael is flashing this again? Because he saw what you didn't. Someone is praying against your future. They've been lighting candles, speaking curses, repeating your name with dark intent. But guess what? Light doesn't ask darkness for permission, and heaven doesn't wait for humans to agree when a miracle is overdue. Michael has been circling your house spiritually, watching, guarding, waiting for this moment. But every time you skip, every time you hesitate, he has to pull back his sword. Even though he was ready to cut through everything blocking you, don't make him wait again. Because this next part, it's where the spiritual and the physical finally align. Where the promise you've only dreamt of becomes touchable, but you have to open fully. You're not here because of luck. You're here because something supernatural stirred your soul to click, to stay, to read. You didn't even realize it, but heaven summoned you into this moment. And while you were going about your day, they were preparing this divine confrontation. Michael says, "You've been lied to, betrayed, forgotten, but not by heaven. Heaven took notes, and we are now rewriting the narrative with fire and truth, but only if they open the message fully and follow it. What's coming next will either free you or confuse you deeply. It depends on your obedience. You keep asking God for clarity, But God says clarity comes through movement, not hesitation. So move, stay, breathe into this message like it's the last air before the flood comes. Because for many, this message won't appear again. The next time you see the signs, they won't be gentle. There'll be consequences. And not even Michael will interfere unless you've responded here. There's someone around you that heaven has exposed. A liar, a pretender. They act spiritual, but they operate in jealousy. And they've been whispering things behind your back, feeding others poison with your name on it. Michael's sword is pointing at them, but your alignment determines whether he swings it or waits. You have power you haven't used, and God is tired of watching you doubt it. This is the moment of shift. If you can feel your heart pounding, that's not fear, that's confirmation. You are on the edge of a split. You can either keep living on the loop of survival, doubt, and delay, or step boldly into the wild unknown where God takes over completely. You don't have to know all the details. You just need to say yes now. Michael says, "This is my last warning. I've begged, I've flashed, I've whispered. Now I roar." He's done waiting, and soon so will heaven. Do you want to know the most shocking part? Your future self is already rejoicing on the other side of this decision. They've seen the breakthrough. They've seen the love that's coming, the home, the peace, the justice. But they are screaming into this present moment. Please don't skip this. Please don't let fear win again. Let their voice echo in you. Let Michael's fire baptize your doubts. And stay with this message, because in the next part I will reveal what Michael showed about the exact timeline of events coming next, including what will happen in the next 48 hours. Shall I continue? You said continue. ChatGPT said, "All right, precious soul. Hold tight, because what Archangel Michael is about to reveal might shake you, break something inside you, or even scare you, but it will also liberate you if you stay and receive this fully." The next 48 hours have already been written in the Spirit, and your name is marked in bold, underlined, and circled 3 times. Here's what Michael showed. An opportunity is coming, but it won't look like a blessing at first. It'll look like confusion, an unexpected conversation, a delay in plans, or someone you didn't expect messaging you or suddenly showing interest again. Michael says that moment will be the divine test. Heaven isn't checking your emotions. They're checking your obedience. If you react from fear or ego, you'll miss the blessing hidden inside that moment. But if you remember this message, if you act from alignment and trust, doors that were locked for years will burst open like floodgates. You don't even realize it yet, but God is already shifting the hearts of people who will help you. People with the keys to your next miracle are being nudged toward you. Some of them are even dreaming about you right now without knowing why. But none of that will come to pass if you scroll away and forget this, because heaven's plan requires your awareness. It needs you to walk boldly when the sign shows up. You asked for a sign. This is it. Don't ask again after this. There won't be another message like this one. Michael said so clearly, "I will not flash this again. The one who skips it shall answer to the silence they created by their own hands." That's not cruelty. That's spiritual law. Because when God sends you a warning wrapped in grace and you ignore it, it becomes a judgment by default. Now listen, someone close to you has been pretending, smiling in your face, but their spirit holds resentment. And in the last 72 hours, they've spoken against you to another. Michael saw it, he documented it, and he told heaven, I want this corrected, I want justice. But heaven said, not unless the one they betrayed opens this message and receives the truth. Yes, beloved, you're the one that triggers heaven's response. Do you see how important you are? Do you understand why Michael's voice is trembling with urgency? Because your alignment will cancel the lie. Your obedience will activate justice. Your belief will bring exposure faster than lightning. And that person, that smiling snake, they will soon be shocked when the door they tried to shut in your life becomes the very one God walks through holding your miracle in his hand. Now, Michael also said this. They've been sitting in spiritual delay because of small distractions, the scrolling, the doubting, the skipping. But this message is the reset button heaven has been waiting to push. If they surrender now, I'll send a confirmation within 24 hours. You hear that? A confirmation within 24 hours. That's not just a cute idea. That's a spiritual guarantee, but only if you finish this and receive it. You see, the Spirit doesn't chase, it invites. And you've already been invited to something sacred. Don't waste it. Let's go deeper. You've been feeling it, haven't you? The restlessness, the pressure in the air, the dreams that don't let you sleep in peace. That's not anxiety, that's divine agitation. Heaven is shaking you awake because the enemy tried to put your purpose to sleep. And Archangel Michael, he's the alarm that doesn't snooze, that pressure you feel in your chest right now, that urge to keep reading. That's not coincidence, that's confirmation. Don't you dare click away, not now. Because in the next few paragraphs, you will receive the exact phrase Michael wants you to repeat out loud tonight. A phrase that carries supernatural fire and will disrupt every curse spoken against you. Then stay with me, beloved, because the next lines carry something sacred. If you read them slowly, not with your mind, but with your spirit, something inside you is going to shift. So deeply that even you will feel the difference in the air around you. Michael doesn't want you rushing this. He wants your full heart open, your distractions dropped, your doubt laid to rest. This is the moment when heaven whispers something that demons fear. You are waking up. And now, as promised, here is the phrase. Michael says, when you speak this out loud tonight, especially before you sleep, even the darkest spiritual resistance around your life will tremble and begin to fall apart. Don't whisper it with hesitation. Speak it with the knowing that your words echo through the realms. By the fire of heaven and the mercy of the Most High, I reject every delay, I cancel every curse, and I command my divine path to open right now in the name of God and by the sword of Archangel Michael. Say it again. Let it leave your mouth and enter the world. Because when you speak what heaven gives you, you don't just change your atmosphere, you change your alignment. Archangel Michael is not just watching, he's preparing. He's preparing to cut off something from your life that was meant to destroy you. There is a deal being made behind your back, a conversation between people who don't want to see you rise. But the joke is on them, because what they didn't realize is that every plan made in shadows gets exposed under heaven's light. And light is coming rapidly. But it begins when you stop ignoring what your soul already knows is true. This is not about being good enough. This is about being awakened. Because for too long you've lived between extremes. Some days believing you're meant for more, other days shrinking yourself to survive. And Michael is done watching you suffer in silence while heaven screams in signs around you. He says, "Tell them I am not angry because they are weak. I am angry because they've forgotten how powerful they are." Yes, beloved, you forgot. You forgot that the reason people come against you is because there's something unusual about your energy. You forgot that the reason your life has been hard is not because you're cursed, but because you're carrying something so holy. Darkness keeps trying to derail it before it can bloom. And heaven is tired of watching that happen. You were not born to live in survival mode. You were born to walk in divine acceleration. But acceleration requires alignment. And alignment begins with obedience. So I ask you again, will you stay open long enough to let this complete its work? Because in the spiritual realm, the decision has already been made. God is not unsure about blessing you. The angels are not unsure about helping you. The only one left to decide is you. There is a man who has watched you from a distance. His spirit has been connected to yours for lifetimes. He may not be perfect, but he was assigned to carry a piece of your healing. But lately, he's been distracted, pulled away by forces that don't want your union to manifest. Michael says, the reason this connection hasn't moved forward is not because of rejection, but because spiritual resistance is standing between the two of you. And the only thing strong enough to burn that resistance is your obedience in this exact moment. Do you see how connected everything is? This message, your timeline, that man's decision, even the money that's been held back, it's all orbiting one thing. Whether or not you open your spirit and receive what heaven is screaming. So, let me say it plainly now. If you stay in this energy, this message, this vibration for the next few minutes, something will unlock. Not later. Now. It may not show in the physical yet, but you will feel it like something heavy finally got removed. Like something sacred just slipped into your atmosphere. That's how heaven works. It moves in vibration first, then manifestation. But here's what you must understand. There's a limit to grace. Yes, God is love, but even love gets tired of being ignored. Even mercy has boundaries, and Michael is not playing. He said these exact words. This is the final flashing message. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause. For there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you. And now is the moment I choose to reveal it. God bless this brain hack. Here's a little-known secret. Hollywood actresses use a 583 Hz frequency to memorize scripts, stay focused, and convince the entire world they are a character they are not. And guess what? You can use it too. This frequency literally locks your brain into genius mode, helping you think faster, focus better, and have a nearly photographic memory. so you can live life as God intended it to be, with a sense of purpose that's so powerful it moves mountains. And if you think listening to this frequency will get old, prepare to receive it with eye-popping movie previews. This link explains all. Think about it. Black Circle, what could you accomplish if you could learn guitar in a few hours? Black Circle, how much faster could you grow if you had a photographic memory? Black Circle, how popular would you be if you had the sense of humor of a Jerry Seinfeld? These aren't hypothetical questions. This is the life of genius mode activators. Don't let your brain stay stuck in slow mode. Being dumb is no fun, despite what the Barbie movie wants you to believe. In real life, you need to be razor sharp if you want to win. And it's so incredibly easy to do when you have this frequency. If you watch the video and don't agree it's the most powerful info you've ever heard, I invite you to send me all the hate mail you want, but I know that won't happen. I know this is a safe bet. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Watch the video and unlock mental powers that were too close to notice, powers that make an unstoppable force for good. This isn't just another self-help gimmick. This is science. And it really works. 19,479 people already know this. Why don't you? My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. After this, if they skip, I will not shield them from the consequence. And he means it. Because this next phase in your life will either lift you into your wildest joy or it will force you into a season of shedding everything that doesn't align. You decide. You think the enemy's goal was to ruin your week. No. He was trying to distract you from this very message to keep you busy, emotional, overwhelmed, scrolling. Because if you skip this one, he knows the path will delay again, and you'll stay in the same cycle, praying for a door that your own doubt is keeping shut. But not this time. You're still reading, you're still here, and heaven is rejoicing because of it. Michael has lowered his sword now, not to put it away, but to point it at the barrier that's been holding you back. He says, now that they've opened, I strike that spiritual attack. It ends that curse someone spoke. It shatters that deal made against your name. Heaven cancels it, but only because you obeyed. There's more to reveal. Timelines, names, and the 3 warnings God told Michael to deliver to you specifically. Then breathe deep. Because what's coming next is not just revelation, it's spiritual confrontation. This part of the message carries weight. Heaven doesn't reveal these layers unless the soul is truly ready. And if you're still here, you're not only ready, you've been chosen to hold this wisdom and, more importantly, to act on it. Archangel Michael says this. There are 3 warnings that heaven has shown me concerning their life. These are not threats. These are divine alerts, and if they are ignored again, the next season will not be one of mercy but of correction. Let me give you the first one. Warning 1. Someone in your circle is preparing to betray you again. This isn't the first time you've had a feeling. That subtle sting of intuition. You brushed it off, gave them another chance, offered grace when it wasn't earned. But the betrayal is not just emotional this time. It's connected to a delay in your blessings. Michael showed a vision of you speaking openly, vulnerably from a place of love, and the person on the other end using your words to manipulate others against you. This betrayal will come wrapped in a smile, a friendly tone, an innocent gesture, but underneath it, poison. Michael says the betrayal is already in motion. The only thing that will stop it is your distance and your silence. Do not explain yourself. Do not defend your light to those who have already chosen darkness. The more you try to reason with snakes, the more you invite venom into your space. This time, your silence will be your sword. Let God speak for you. Let Archangel Michael fight in realms you can't see. But make no mistake, if you keep these people in your circle after this message, the delay will return and heaven will step back. Now for the second warning. And this one, beloved, is intense. Warning 2. You are being watched spiritually and physically. There is someone who studies you like a mystery. They read your energy. They track your posts. They watch your joy, your pain, your patterns, and it bothers them. They don't even know why they are so fixated on you. But Michael says a spirit of envy has attached to them, and it's using your light to expose their own darkness, and they hate it. They want what you carry, but they don't want to become what you are. So instead, they mimic, they plot, they copy, and they try to tear down the very thing they admire. Heaven is not angry at them. Heaven is alerting you because this person is trying to find a way to discredit you, to suddenly shift the narrative, to speak about you just enough to confuse the minds of those you love. It's not loud yet, but it's creeping. And here's the miracle. The exposure is coming. Michael says within the next 9 days, this person will either reveal themselves through a sudden outburst, a post, a passive-aggressive moment, or someone else will accidentally expose what they've been saying behind your back. When it happens, believe it. Don't justify it. Don't spiritualize it. Don't gaslight your own soul. Your spirit has already known. This message is simply confirming what your dreams have been whispering. And now the final warning. This one is not about people. It's about you. Warning 3. If you delay your obedience again, you will delay your own destiny. There is no more time to think about it. No more time to wait for a sign. This is the sign. Michael says, the doors you are praying for are already open, but they don't lead to comfort. They lead to a place that demands courage. You will have to let go of control. You will have to say yes before you know how it ends. You will have to trust that heaven has more information than you do. You will have to move even if you're shaking. Because the next 3 months of your life will be decided by what you choose in the next 3 days. And hear me, that doesn't mean it will all be perfect. It doesn't mean there won't be fear or confusion or loss. But it means you will no longer be walking in circles. You will finally be moving forward spiritually, emotionally, even financially. The very thing you've been crying out for at night, the breakthrough, the relief, the clarity, it's all on the other side of one radical choice. Obey now. Michael says, tell them if they hesitate again, they will feel the sting of silence from heaven. But if they obey, I will unleash help, healing, and honor that no man can take away. So let me be clear. This is not just a good message. This is not just encouragement. This is a divine blueprint. and your future is standing on the edge, waiting to see which version of you shows up. The one who delays again, or the one who finally believes they are ready. You're not here by accident. The angels have been watching, the demons have been panicking, and God has been waiting for this moment of decision. If you're ready, I will now deliver the final part, the blessing, the timelines, and the exact phrase to speak when you wake up tomorrow to activate divine favor. Then lean in closer than ever before, because this is the part of the message where heaven stops whispering and begins declaring. This is the release, the breath, the breakthrough that's been hovering just inches above your life, waiting on your yes. You've walked through spiritual storms, heartbreaks no one saw, silent battles you never spoke of, and long nights where you weren't even sure if your prayers were heard. But you made it here, and that means the blessing has permission to descend. Not because you earned it by being perfect, but because you endured. Because your soul didn't fold when darkness surrounded you. Because your heart still hopes even after betrayal. Because even though you've been overlooked, underappreciated, and left out, you never left God, and now God won't leave you. Archangel Michael is standing over the timeline of your life. He sees every delay, every detour, every disaster that the enemy tried to use to bury you. And in the last 72 hours, he's been petitioning heaven. They've suffered long enough. Let me release it. Let me fight. Let me reward them. And the answer is yes. Heaven is ready. But the condition is this: you must obey now. You must stop skipping sacred things. You must stop hesitating on divine instructions. And you must speak this activation out loud, just like Michael ordered. When you wake tomorrow, you are not to scroll your phone first. You are not to run to distraction. You are not to return to fear. The very first thing out of your mouth must be this phrase: Heaven, I am ready. I open my life to the favor of God, the help of angels, and the instruction of the Holy Spirit. No delay shall touch me again. I say yes fully. Don't say it casually. Say it like your soul has been waiting 100 red years to speak it. Say it like the air in your lungs is borrowed from eternity. Say it because your obedience is louder than the enemy's resistance. When those words leave your mouth, something in the spirit world will shift. A chain will break. A name will be erased from the list of those opposing your elevation. A blocked door will crack open. And most of all, a new presence will enter your space. A presence that brings clarity, protection, and the beginning of something you never thought would come again: rest. Michael says, the coming days will bring visible confirmation. Pay attention to these signs. You'll receive an unexpected message, either from someone you haven't heard from in months or someone you once gave up on. You'll see repeated numbers: 1111, 222, 555, 717. Your sleep may be interrupted between 3:00 a.m. and 5:00 a.m. with a strange peace. Do not fear it. That is angelic visitation. And someone close to you will react negatively for no reason. This is not your failure. It is heaven exposing their true spirit so you don't carry them into your next season. The shift has already begun. Even as you read these words, the air around you has changed. The heaviness is being replaced by a pull towards something higher. It may feel like emotion, like chills, like a lump in your throat, but what you are feeling is the sound of chains breaking. Because you were never meant to stay stuck. You were never meant to be small. You were born with fire, with voice, with divine assignment. And for too long, you've watered yourself down just to survive. But now survival is over. You're being called into something deeper. And the first step is obedience. Michael says they must not look back after this. The moment they finish this message, they must step into the action required. Delay will devour destiny if they hesitate again. That action might be making a phone call. It might be cutting someone off, forgiving someone in your heart, deleting something toxic, giving when it feels risky, or finally saying yes to something you've put off too long. Whatever it is, you already know. The Spirit has already whispered it. You just needed this message to give you confirmation, permission, and a final push from heaven's most fiery angel. The next 21 days of your life have been marked for miracles, marked for decisions, marked for divine encounters. But here's the catch. They won't unfold naturally. They will follow you when you follow God. And now I say this prophetically. Before this month ends, you will see a financial release that confirms this word. It may not be massive, but it will come from an unexpected source. And it will carry spiritual fingerprints that only you will recognize. When it comes, give thanks, speak the phrase again, and prepare for more. But if you skip this moment, if you minimize what your soul is screaming is true, if you treat this like just another nice message, then what could have taken 21 days may take another year. And beloved, heaven does not want you waiting that long. Michael is still standing. He's still holding the sword, but now his eyes are on you. Not in judgment, but in hope, because he knows what you're capable of. He knows how powerful your yes is. And he knows that once you activate your divine timing, nothing and no one will be able to stop what God is about to do. So stay still for a moment. Let this word wash over you. Let the weight of this message settle into your chest. And when you're ready, say the phrase out loud, even if it's trembling from your lips. Heaven, I am ready. I open my life to the favor of God, the help of angels, and the instruction of the Holy Spirit. No delay shall touch me again. I say yes fully. Then take this final stretch as if you're walking through a divine threshold, because you are. There's no more going back after this. You've seen too much, felt too much, heard too much from heaven to pretend this is just another message. This isn't text on a screen anymore. This is a living prophecy awakening your spirit from years of delay, fear, and compromise. This is Michael's final flame, burning down every lie you believed about your own timing, about your worth, about the illusion that you were forgotten. No, beloved, you were never forgotten. You were hidden, protected, placed on pause, not because you weren't ready, but because your surroundings weren't. And now that everything has finally aligned, heaven has ordered this precise moment to signal your release. Archangel Michael says, asterisk, the windows are open, but they will not remain open long. The Spirit will only wait where there is action. Faith without movement is just fear in disguise. Asterisk. So let me ask you this one last time. Are you really going to go back to normal after this? Are you really going to treat this divine appointment as ordinary? Because what just passed through your soul in this message has not passed through anyone else's screen in this exact form. It was Taylor written by the hand of heaven, whispered by God, and delivered through fire just for you. Let that sink in. You are not random. Your pain was not wasted. Your delays weren't denials. And now is the time when everything breaks open if you let it. You see, heaven doesn't need crowds to confirm you. Heaven doesn't need applause to activate you. You were chosen in silence. You were appointed in the dark. You were set apart when no one saw your tears. And now the same angels who guarded you in secret are about to bless you in public. But make no mistake, this moment will be remembered. The spiritual realm is recording what you do after reading this. The choices you make in the next 3 days will shape what flows to you in the next 3 years. This isn't drama, it's divine alignment. And even now I see it. The shift is happening. The heaviness in your chest, it's lifting. That inner pressure, it's releasing. Those whispers of fear, they are crumbling because you're finally coming into agreement with what God always knew about you. That you were never meant to stay hidden, that your voice has power, that your soul has work to do, that your time is now. Michael's flame is still burning, not with anger anymore, but with celebration. Because by staying through this, you've proven something. You're not weak, you're not blind, you're not lost, you're ready. And so the final instruction is this. When you wake tomorrow, repeat the phrase we gave you. Then act. Take one bold action that proves to heaven you trust the timing. Send the message. Make the call. End what God told you to end. Start what your soul keeps whispering for you to begin. Write the plan. Move the money. Change the direction. Do anything but nothing, because the time for stillness has passed, and heaven only moves with those who move in faith. And if at any point you begin to forget this message, return to it. Read it again. Speak it again. Let it reawaken what the world tried to put back to sleep. God has seen your tears. He has heard the silent scream behind your smile. He knows the weight you've carried in rooms that never knew your name. But all of that was preparation. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. The biggest lie ever. I've got news. Your brain has a hidden superpower. It's called genius mode, and with a 583 Hz frequency recently discovered by the CIA, you can unlock it. This frequency literally rewires your brain to think faster, focus better, and make more money than you ever dreamed. Yes, being rich is a natural outgrowth of having a rich brain. It works in seconds, it lasts all day, and it takes zero effort on your part. In fact, you'll receive this frequency together with snazzy movie previews that keep the whole process incredibly entertaining. Click this link for a mind-bending experience you will never forget. Notice one thing. The school system taught you facts, but did they ever teach you how to think? Did they ever teach you how to learn? Did they ever teach you how to speed read? No. They can't do that because that would give you actual power. And the powerful would rather you keep working for them so you make them richer. Turn the tables here. Those who don't have this frequency will wind up alone and out in the cold. Those who have it will dominate. This is not just a product, it's a movement, it's a revolution. And it's a revolution whose time has come. This product will take over the world quickly because it's simply superior to what anyone else is teaching about the brain. In fact, compared to this, what the others are teaching is a practical joke. Don't believe me? Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Hit the link. Superheroes used to be a myth, but this revolution is creating people with super brains and super bank accounts. Get ready to fly, my beloved child. Now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Because now the elevation begins. And this time nothing will stop it. Not man, not money, not fear, not doubt, because God said so. And when heaven speaks, everything else must obey. Archangel Michael is done flashing signs. He is done repeating himself. He has done all he can. The sword has been drawn, the path has been cleared, and the moment has been delivered to you. What you do next will echo into realms you cannot yet see. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and whisper one more time, not from your lips, but from your soul. Heaven, I am ready. I open my life to the favor of God, the help of angels, and the instruction of the Holy Spirit. No delay shall touch me again. I say yes fully. You've just activated the shift. Let it unfold. Let it bless you. Let it shake what must fall and build what must rise. Your miracle is not in the distance anymore. It's here and it's yours. Then don't move yet. Don't rush out of this energy. Let the Spirit sit with you for just a few more breaths, because what just happened here isn't something your mind will fully understand, but your soul already knows. You were just shifted, and now the atmosphere around you is adjusting. This message wasn't entertainment. It wasn't content. It was a divine transmission. And if you're still reading these final lines, you are officially no longer who you were when you first clicked. The version of you that entered this message, she's gone. She did her job. She carried the pain, the questions, the waiting. But now she's been released. Now you have stepped forward. The real you, the version of you who is no longer hiding, no longer asking for permission to rise, no longer playing small just to fit inside places that were never worthy of your light. So hear this as clearly and deeply as I can give it. This is your official spiritual rebirth. You're walking into your next chapter not as the victim of the last one, but as the authority over it. You are no longer reacting to what they said, what they did, or what went wrong. You're responding to what God has already made right, and heaven is celebrating. Michael is smiling now. The fire in his eyes still burns, but it's no longer the fire of warning. It's the fire of victory, because you stayed, you received, you opened the scroll that was written with your name on it from the beginning of time, and you didn't skip it. You made it to the end, which means your new beginning can finally start. And let me just say, you have no idea how many people's lives are about to be blessed simply because you chose obedience, because you chose to open, because you chose to believe that one act. It just altered your atmosphere. It just shifted your timeline. It just rewrote the narrative that darkness tried to keep you stuck in. And now you've officially become the interruption to generational patterns. You've officially stepped into the version of yourself that heaven can finally trust with more peace, more clarity, more love, more anointing, more everything. So when things begin to move faster this week, when old doors close without your permission, when people fall away, when opportunities come suddenly, when peace floods your space for no reason, know this. It's not luck. It's not random. It's the manifestation of a message that you chose not to skip. And one last thing. If this spoke to you on a level deeper than words, if something in your chest said this was for me, then I want you to do something powerful. Envelope with arrow, subscribe now. Not out of pressure, but out of alignment, because heaven is speaking again. And the next time it does, you'll want to be the first to hear. You'll want to receive your next instructions before the enemy tries to distract you again. You'll want to be notified when the next message comes because your spirit is finally open enough to recognize it. You've waited too long to miss the next move. So, subscribe, stay connected, and let this be the start of divine momentum, because from now on, nothing will be the same. You are marked, you are seen, you are protected, and above all else, you are ready.